Good morning! We are starting a new part 2 of Contemporaryathon vlogging. So it is day 4 of the vlog of Contemporaryathon. It is 8:45 in the morning. I am at the school that I'm subbing at trying to find parking, so that's great. You've got lots of people pulling over to let their kids out, and so I'm stuck in the traffic like at the school trying to get into parking. So that's really fun. Right now I am about 30% into Turtles All the Way Down. I'm listening to that on audiobook, and I'm about 100 pages into An Absolutely Remarkable Thing. That's what I got to last night. Today I am subbing middle school, and I'm hoping that I have a really good class so that I can like maybe finish An Absolutely Remarkable Thing while at work. That would be ideal. I will at least have my one period off. We always have a conference period where we have to be around, but we don't have to do anything. I'm hoping to finish An Absolutely Remarkable Thing today. I do have class tonight, so I have lots of audiobook time getting to and from school, but I will not have a lot of time to read physically once I'm not at work. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully I'll have some work time. I need to go home and work out really quick and make a quick meal to bring to class, and then I will be leaving for class because I get off work at 3:40 and I have to leave my house by about 4:45 to get to class on time. So I don't have a lot of time in between. My work today is really close to where I live, so that's nice, which is why I was early and now I'm late and it's annoying me. So anyway, I'm gonna get off of this and talk to you later. It is now 4:30. I did not have as much spare time in between work and class as I was hoping for. Sometimes subbing fucking sucks. Just like any job, I guess, that's true of. And today I had a set of kids that did not do their best that they could do, as in they weren't listening and they were ignoring me and just being very rude in regards to how they treated the classroom setting. They were not doing their work, they were out of their seats, etc., etc. And I ended up calling the office for some help because I couldn't get them to do what I wanted, basically. That continued even with the help of the office, and so then I had to keep them after school with the administration. So I was there longer than expected. And just so you know, like, if you're a teen out there or a tween and you're a kid who sometimes the teachers, you know, keep you after school or whatever, like, we don't like doing that. We want you to do your best so that we can feel good about leaving or our jobs or whatever. And so yeah, I didn't feel very good about doing it, but it's still something that you got to do sometimes. Didn't have time to work out, so I'm going to work out an extra day over the weekend instead. Made a quick dinner. I made this like cauliflower curry thing that was pre-made. If you guys watched the last Contemporary part 1, then I did a grocery haul. It was in there. It's this like thing of curry, so I made like half of that, and then I put in some of the tofu so that it's a full meal. On my way to class now. I probably will get there a little bit early, so I might sit in my car for a little bit and read, but I definitely will be listening to Turtles All the Way Down. I am now on page like 150-ish of An Absolutely Remarkable Thing, so I did get a little bit of reading done on my lunch break and during my conference period, but I didn't really get a whole lot of reading done like I was hoping for. And I think I'm like 30% of the way through Turtles All the Way Down, so I'm hoping that I can finish one of these today. I only have one class tonight. My second one was canceled, so I will be getting off or out earlier than expected, but it is Valentine's Day, so I don't know what the plan is for tonight with Matt. I'm gonna come home. I want to go get him a quick something from the store and get him a little Valentine's Day present. And so I don't know if we're gonna want to like watch another movie or something. We did that last night as well, so we shall see. I might have some reading time tonight, but I'm not sure. Good morning. It is now day 5 of Contemporaryathon. Oh man, yesterday I did not get a ton of reading done because it was Valentine's Day, so even though I got out of class early, I ended up watching a movie with Matt. It was called The Departed. It was made in like the early 2000s. It was a gangster movie and it was really good. And it has everyone in it. Matt Damon, Mark Wahlberg, Leo DiCaprio, Alec Baldwin, everyone. It was really, really good. It was very shocking at the end. I was surprised. Matt fell asleep, and so he didn't get to, he had seen it before, and he didn't get to watch me react to it, and I was annoyed, but that's okay. So yeah, we just had some drinks and hung out and watched the movie, so I didn't get a ton of reading done, but I'm 73% into the audiobook of Turtles All the Way Down, and then I am 175 pages-ish into An Absolutely Remarkable Thing. So I'm hoping that today I will finish both of them. Tomorrow I have a bunch of different plans going on in the day. I have brunch with my mom for a very, very belated Christmas. We have seen each other since then, but not with like the whole family to sit down and give gifts. And I have a lunch date, coffee date with a friend from sign language classes to meet up and just celebrate the fact that we survived the first week. And yeah, so this weekend is kind of gonna be shot. So if I can get these, I've read 2 books. If I can get 4 read in a week, I think I will be proud of myself. Today I am subbing 3rd grade, which means I won't have a lot of time during the day to read. It's 7:40 right now. I'm a little bit late. My only plans for tonight, I do need to edit a video to go up tomorrow, and I need to check my online class to see if anything's due. Yeah, so that's the day. That's where I'm at right now. I did get some reading done, so that's good. It is now 2:17 and I'm back in my car. This shit pisses me off still. I had a great group of 3rd graders today. They were so cute. Finished Turtles All the Way Down, the audiobook. So I did get that read. I gave it a 4 or a 4.5 out of 5 stars, I think. It was really, really good. I'm really glad that I've read something with OCD rep, and also something that seems to have a consensus that for the most part it's really good rep. I think it's an important thing that I just have no experience with, so I like that I've been able to read something about it. It was really hard to read at times for sure. Aza's brain just like stressed me out, but that is what it is, and she had to live with it. Finished that. The reason that I didn't give it a full 5 out of 5 stars is because although all of the characters felt really fleshed out and like a true full being, every character felt like a full person, the plot of this story is just so ridiculous, which I know that there are books that are ridiculous that I like, but just for this one, it didn't feel like realistic enough or something. Like, I don't know, it just wasn't quite right. So I knocked off half a star or a star for that, because it like took me out of the story sometimes. Like, what are the chances that X, Y, Z, A, B, and C all are happening in this one real world experience? It didn't feel true enough to the likelihood of the world. But anyway, it was still really good. So I now have that done, and I did get, even though now I own a physical copy of Little and Lion, thank you Chelsea, I got the audiobook from the library, and so I'll be starting that because it seems to me that that's all I'm gonna finish this week. But I am now more than halfway through with An Absolutely Remarkable Thing. I'm on like 180-ish, maybe 185. So I am hoping to at least finish that physical book this week. And then after that, I'll probably start Beartown, even though I should start Let's Talk About Love, because that one has to go back from, I got it on ebook from the library, and that one I can't renew, but Beartown I probably can. So maybe I'll do, I don't know, I'll do one of those. I don't know how much reading I'm gonna get done the rest of today, just depending on how quickly I get all of the like errand type work that I need to do done, so we shall see. It is now 4:40. I am heading towards the gym. The used bookstore that I go to is actually right next to the gym, so I'm leaving a little bit early to go and pick up the books that they didn't take, and then to pick up some books to buy, because I got like almost $50 worth of store credit. So I'm gonna take a look, take you with me, and then I have a yoga class from 5:30 to 6:30. I didn't get any reading done in between the finishing of work and now. I did edit my video for tomorrow. Yesterday, but today is day 7. I am on my way to yoga, so that's where I'm headed. That's why my hair is a mess, my face is a mess, I'm wearing a hoodie. I'm just trying to get to yoga. I spent yesterday, I did read a little bit. I'm almost done with An Absolutely Remarkable Thing, and I've just barely started Little and Lion. I was listening to it on audiobook, and I'm like maybe 10 minutes into it. So I don't really have much to say about that one just yet, but An Absolutely Remarkable Thing I'm almost done with. I'm loving it so far. I really like how Hank Green chose to do like just a vaguely sci-fi thing, but in general this is pretty much a contemporary about a girl who like becomes virally famous, and like how she's dealing with fame, and I really am liking it. My sister stayed over last night. She needed to get out of her house because her roommate had her mom staying. We watched this like Australian reality TV show called Back with My Exes. It's about these 4 couples who broke up in the past. Some of them broke up like 20 years ago. One of them broke up like 2 years ago, and then in between there as well. First week they spend at the person who has asked the other person to get back together. They're at that person's house. The second week they're gonna be at the other person's house, and the third week they go on some like out of country trip, and then at the end of the 3 weeks they decide if they're going to keep, you know, giving it a go. And we're in the first week still, and it is a lot. Reality TV show is such a guilty pleasure of mine. I also need to go shopping for that cruise trip because it's a bachelorette weekend, so I need to buy like bachelorette things like decorations for the rooms and stuff like that. I'm hoping to finish An Absolutely Remarkable Thing today, but I don't make any promises because I am going to be busy with my friend and possibly shopping and all these things, so I don't know how much I'm going to
excuse the background sound of the dishes going through the dishwasher, but I'm just making some lunch, so I'm going to have some of this pasta. It's made out of red lentils, so it's all beans, so there's actually a lot of protein in this. 13 grams of protein per serving, which is about 1/6 of this. And then I'm going to put in some cauliflower, broccoli, and carrots. So I'm just boiling some water, and I'll get that done. Dishes are running. We did the laundry. I have my sheets and stuff still in the laundry. Matt cleaned the bathroom. Our living room is relatively clean. I actually just did a deep clean of our couch and like vacuumed it to get all the cat hair off of it. I do still need to do some organizing of this and the coffee table, but that's what's going on. I also did a face mask and then put on some deep lotion. It's like really thick, so I'm just going clean face today. I haven't read a single thing, so. Hey guys, it is now Wednesday after the Contemporaryathon has ended, but I wanted to sit down with you guys and talk about the books that I managed to read this week and give you a total little rundown. So as a reminder, if you guys haven't watched part 1 of the vlog, it's up here, but my TBR is also up here, and these were the 5 physical books I was planning on reading, and then I also had Let's Talk About Love and The Wife Between Us that I was planning on reading during this week. I managed to read technically 3 of these books during the week, but I've now read 5 of them. I started out with The Wife Between Us on audiobook. I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars. Started out really loving it. There's more than one twist in this book. It's a thriller. The first twist was fantastic, and then it kept going, and I ended up not really. I liked it overall,
but there were some things that I really had issue with that I couldn't give it a 4 or a 5 star. Then I picked up on audiobook The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo, and this was gorgeous. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I highly recommend the audiobook for this one. Elizabeth Acevedo does the narration herself. This book is written in verse, if you didn't know, so the audiobook is also very short. I also picked up the audiobook of Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. Also really enjoyed. This is a book about OCD. This book was hard to read for me. Being inside of our main character, Aza's mind was just not very fun for me, and so it made me sad that there are people who have to go through it, and it was really good. Then I got to some books technically after the readathon ended, but I'm still gonna quickly go through them here. I had been reading An Absolutely Remarkable Thing Physically by Hank Green for the entire week, and I just had a really busy week. I had lots of driving time and stuff like that, which is why I was able to get through 3 audiobooks, but picking up a book physically just was not happening for me this week. But I did end up finishing this early on Monday because I got so close to finishing it throughout the week that I'm just gonna include it. I gave this book a full 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this. I loved that it had this tiny little sci-fi element, but for me this was for sure a contemporary, just a contemporary that involves something that's unlikely to ever happen in our lifetime. I loved this whole conversation about what, you know, going viral means for somebody. I thought that this was a very poignant topic to be discussing, especially here on, not like particularly here on BookTube, but because I do have this foot in YouTube and I do watch other big YouTubers, I've had the question of, you know, what would happen if I made a viral video, and like how would that feel and stuff like that. This book just like really did, I think, that topic justice. I was also, because I finished so many audiobooks, listening to during the week Little and Lion by Brandy Colbert, which is also the Sassy Book Club Book of the Month. So our live show is March 1st at 7 p.m. PST, me and Chelsea on my channel, as well as Rhiannon and Haley. So this book was really good as well. There's bipolar rep in this, which I, again, have no experience with myself, but from what I've heard, it does have pretty good rep. I'm really interested to discuss this book. Our main character, Little, is also bisexual, and throughout the book that's a very big topic for her, and I really loved reading all about that. There were some parts in it where I was just like, meh. So much representation, mixed race couples, all sorts of fun things. I ended up giving this book 4 out of 5 stars because, like I just very vaguely mentioned, there were a couple things that I was meh about. This book was walking a very fine line of dealing with bisexual stereotypes that are well assumed that are true, but that are not always true, and so it just kind of rubbed me a little bit the wrong way, and it's not that it made it a bad book. I still really loved this book. I couldn't give it a full 5. Last book that I did get my hands on this week were 2 of them. Let's Talk About Love. I'm currently reading on ebook, and I am in the middle of it. I'm like in chapter 4, but I didn't start this even in the readathon, so I don't have a lot of thoughts to say. And then I also never got to Beartown, but little spoiler alert for my haul, I picked up a mass market paper copy from a used bookstore. So this is a library copy, it'll be going back, but this is my copy, so I will definitely be reading this as soon as possible because I really want to read it. That was my reading week for Contemporaryathon. I hope you guys enjoyed these vlogs. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I've actually gained like 100 subscribers this week from when I announced the Daughter of Smoke and Bone read-along as well as the Throne of Glass read-along, so thank you so much to the newbies. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys stick around and have a great time with me. I hope you guys all have had a great reading week as well. What was your favorite book that you read in Contemporaryathon? I'd love to hear about it so that I can add it to my TBR that is ever growing and never ending. I'll talk to you guys very soon with a new one. I make videos every Thursday and Saturday, so I'll see you guys soon with a new one. Bye! I wish I could